Shalom. First off, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And to all my brothers out here preaching His truth to you, I say Shalom. This is Montazar from the Chicago camp coming back at you again with another lesson entitled Devil's Pie. So this lesson is just a short lesson in regards to the death of D'Angelo, okay, or the artist known as D'Angelo. Okay, his real name was Michael Archer. All right, so D'Angelo died. He was 51. Okay, so we're the same. We're the same age. I'll be 51 in November. All right, so D'Angelo was a groundbreaking artist. Okay. Before there was Erica Badu or Maxwell or Raheem Devon or Music Soul Child or India Irie or Floetry or Angie Stone. Well, actually, Angie Stone been around for a while, but she didn't blow up until after D'Angelo. All right. Vivian Green. All right. I said Raheem Devon already. But, and many others. Okay. So, he was the so-called, I'd say he was the pioneer. But basically what he did is he just had an old sound. He had an old sound, okay, in a newer age. All right. I remember so this is 1995. I remember, so you had Blockbuster. Okay, you had Blockbuster movies, and you had Blockbuster music. Blockbuster allowed you, before purchasing the album, you can go in there, right, before they fold it. You can go in there and put the CD in that you plan on buying and actually preview and listen to the song, the album, before you buy it. So I remember, so before the 14 Grammy nominations, all of that, I'm talking about when D'Angelo was brand spanking new and Brown Sugar came out. I went to Blockbuster. I put the headphones on and I sat in a chair and I listened. Okay, because he only had one single at that time. It was just Brown Sugar, right? So I put the headphones on, and the first song come on. All right, boom, 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 boom. I said what? And then the falsetto, and I was like, oh my God! I was like, what is going on here? And I'm telling, it was at that time, it was just like something so different. The falsetto came in, and he was using something. I'm like, what is this sound? And so then you put on the next song. You know what I'm saying? The next song, and it's more the same. You're my lady. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, what is this bass that he's using? It drove me crazy. And I listened to all the songs, and of course I bought the album immediately, right? Because it was just hot. It was fire. So I'm wrecking my brain trying to figure out what kind of bass sounds like that. And it turns out this man wasn't even using a bass. He was using a damn church organ. A church organ. Who does that? so so he was very prolific in what he was doing, right? And that's what it takes. It takes Jake. Jake is just so damn talented, okay? Because that's the way the Lord made us. All right. Jake is the former of all things. Just like, you know what I'm saying? It reminds me of James Brown. James Brown, when you watch the movie, okay, Get Up, his whole thing was he used brass instruments as if they were percussion. All right. He said, what's that? He said, a horn. No, it's not. It's a drum, right? So it's the same concept. This man basically, he used the damn organ in his first album, right, as if it was a bass. And I remember it took me a while before it dawned on me that that's what he was using because I didn't read no album credits. I just kept listening and listening, trying to figure it out. But my childhood, I grew up in a Christian church, black Christian church, and we had that organ, and it dawned on me before I ever saw him play any instrument. I knew that that's what he was playing. Okay, so anyway, and then before getting into the lesson all the way, also I remember I was so high on D'Angelo because this was before he blew up, and I was already high on him because I knew how incredible he was. And I went down to Mississippi before they even had ATMs. All right, they didn't even have ATMs. I had a road trip. I went with some family, and they didn't even have no ATMs. I went out there thinking I could use the ATM, and I was broke the whole weekend. Anyway, I went to a club and I special requested them to play D'Angelo. Okay, You're So Smooth. All right. At this time, everybody was just two stepping, and I'm from Chicago. I'm just doing all kind of. I'm dancing. I'm young. I'm a young brother. This is '95. I'm on the floor dancing. Everybody lead the flow, and I'm the only one out there. I was dancing like I was possessed because I was so high off of D'Angelo. So let's just go just a little background. Love D'Angelo, love this music, you know, and of course, coming into this truth now, you see everything differently, right? So you look back on that, you realize that Esau Edom has control of the music industry as well as the entertainment industry as a whole. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you're into movies or whatever, television, all right, or music. He has everything on lock. And the thing about this man is, he's gonna make you, he's gonna make your soul abominable. Okay, so just as Satan told Yahushua that it was given to me, all right, that I can basically bless whoever I want to, right? That's how Amalek is being used in the earth. Amalek, you can't get into any of his sectors without making yourself abominable. And he's gonna find your weakness, all right? He's going to exploit it. All right, so AI overview, right? It says in the context of illegal narcotics, brown sugar is a street name for a form of heroin. It is often an impure or adulterated version of the drug, which can make it particularly dangerous. What is brown sugar? A form of heroin. Brown sugar is a semi synthetic opioid processed from morphine, which is extracted from opium poppy plants. Impurities in color. It is a brownish powder, and its color is due to the impurities left over from the manufacturing process. It is often cut with other substances to increase its bulk, including chalk powder, zinc oxide, or even more potent and potentially lethal opiates like fentanyl. Methods of use: it can be smoked, snorted, and injected. Because it is often impure and does not dissolve completely in water, injecting it is extremely risky. All right. A potential link has been observed between illicit drug use and pancreatic cancer, particularly with opioids and methamphetamine. Certain illicit drug use can cause pancreatitis, a known risk factor for pancreatic cancer. Okay, so I'm not saying that D'Angelo had pancreatic cancer because of illicit drug use. I'm saying he wrote a song called Brown Sugar, and when you read the lyrics and listen to the lyrics, okay, I want some of your brown sugar. I get high off your love. I don't know how to behave whenever you let me hit it. Sweet, uh, what it say? Sweet like honey or something when it comes to me. You got to listen to the lyrics, right? As a songwriter, I was into music and recording and everything before the truth, right? So I pay attention to the lyrics, right? Because I'm a songwriter myself. We write about what we feel about, whatever we feel passionate or strong about, whether it's a woman, whether it's whatever it is. That's how we write. That's what motivates us. Okay. All right, so go back and listen to the lyrics of the song. All right, you know how he died. All right, so right here you can look at both of these pictures. You can see the hand signals or the hand gestures that he's using. Okay, all right, we know what that goes back to, right? So we under the curses. All right, this is Deuteronomy 30 and 19. It says, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life, that both you and thy seed may live, that thou mayest love the Lord Yahweh thy power, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him. For he is thy life and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which Yahweh sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. Okay? All right, so we are definitely under the curses. All right? And we were told thousands of years ago to choose life. Okay? All right, but this place that we're in, okay, is other than life, right? Celebrities are seldom happy because Esau makes them make their soul abominable. All right, whatever it is, listen. This man has got a casting couch. All right, he's gonna make you do those abominable things. Okay, and we don't know exactly what he's done, but his hand signatures or his hand gestures tell you, and then of course his music tells you. Micah 2 and 10 says, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with the sword destruction. Okay, so Babylon, all right, Babylon the Great is not our rest. Okay, we here for punishment, right? To live out the rest of our punishment. All right, and guess what? You this place will destroy you. All right, and whatever you are, money gonna make you more of that, whatever it is. All right, but we was discontinued from our heritage, right? We don't know who we were. We don't know who we didn't. Without this truth, we didn't know who we were. Jeremiah 17 and 4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Hey, listen, when you are an artist signed to a record company, all right, you're serving your enemies because Amalek is running the record company, all right, and you're a slave to him through these contracts. That's why he wrote the song Devil's Pie. Fuck the slice, I want the pie. Why ask why till we fry? Watch us all stand in line for a slice of the devil's pie. Okay? Kanye West alluded to this with the reference of the Happy Meal. Remember, he talked about the kids' meal or the Happy Meal that came with a little bit of toys because you're selling your soul. This is Mark 8 and 36. It says, For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Okay? So you do an AI overview. I did an AI overview and just asked what the phrase devil's pie mean. And guess what? It went back to D'Angelo. The phrase devil pie refers to the corrupting influence of money and the materialistic desires that lead to hypocrisy and gluttony. It was popularized by the song of the same name by D'Angelo, who used it to describe the money hungry, jiggified state of the world. The phrase suggests that the pursuit of material wealth is a dangerous, sinister temptation that people are lined up for like a slice of pie. As a metaphor for greed, D'Angelo's song Devil's Pie represents the allure of cream, cheese, or dough, euphemisms for money. Highlighting hypocrisy, the song's lyrics explore how people are tempted by these desires, even when they know it's wrong, questioning their own actions and hypocrisy. A visual of a cue. The phrase, watch us all stand in line for a slice of the devil's pie, conjures an image of people eagerly waiting for their turn to be corrupted by material pursuits, much like waiting in line for a corporate job. All right. So this truth right here, and just the fact that the Lord woke me up, All right. And while I was wasting my time in vanity pursuing music, okay, the Lord woke me up and gave me this truth. 2 Corinthians 4:3, it says, "But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them." The wisdom of Solomon 9:6 says, "For though a man be never so perfect among the children of men, yet if thy wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regarded." All right. So regardless of how supremely talented you are and everything, if you don't have, all right, the wisdom of the Lord, okay, if you don't have the Lord's wisdom, you're going to be considered nothing regarded. All right. You're going to have your head down in the kingdom. Okay. The scripture says all Israel shall be righteous. All right. But you're still going to have your head down because you didn't believe. There's no such thing as neo soul. It's just soul. But Esau likes to package everything so he can sell it. All right. D'Angelo represents the blending of soul and hip hop, just as BBD did with R&B. All right. So the group BBD, Belle Biv DeVoe, all right, they were the I guess you could say the pioneers or the most popular when it came to mixing of R&B and hip hop. All right, because when you had Belle Biv DeVoe, you had Johnny Gill. All right, and you had uh, Ralph Tresvant when New Edition broke up. Okay, when that whole thing happened, that was the height of R&B. And then R&B had the hip hop, and then after that, then that's when you had D'Angelo pop out. All right, this is Jeremiah 10:16. Okay. It says, "Their portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh of hosts is his name." All right, so the worldwide acclaim and um, the worldwide acclaim and the gift and the talent of this Israelite known as D'Angelo, okay, it's just proof positive of who the Israelites are. All right, and us being discontinued from our heritage. All right, it is what it is. It is what it is. I just thank the Lord that He woke me up. All right, and doing this work. So that's what you have. This has been Devil's Pie. I pray that this lesson has been edifying. Till the next one, Shalom.